We are here with actress, writer, and fitness expert Bevin Bru. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, Bevin, you play Angelique on CW's Batwoman, and I've got a whole slew of questions to pick your brain, but I want to dive into the character of Angelique first. She's quite the character. What's your favorite part about her?
I think my favorite part about Angelique, well, there's two. First favorite part is how relatable and realistic she is. She has her flaws, but they're not too bad. They're like everyday kind of problems that we all have within our own personalities. I love that they wrote a character like that. And my second favorite part, and it's most relatable to me, is her logic. The way that she justifies things is very unique. And I feel that I also have a very unique way of sometimes seeing things and justifying them in my brain. So I really enjoyed that she shared that.
I wanted to ask you, do you have any similarities to her in real life? But since you touched on that, is there anything that is totally opposite of you? You and her are just not the same in any regard. Yeah, okay.
She is way cooler than I am. Angelique is like cool. Like she stands there and holds her like ground and she's just cool. And I'm a total goofball.
Well, I already love that you're a total goofball. Like interviewing her would be so cool, but she definitely is a little bit intimidating. She's kind of a rebel without a cause. I'm definitely happy to get this side of you and not maybe that side of Angelique. If you could play any other character in the show, is there another character that you would want to maybe snag?
Wardrobe wise, Mary.
Yes.
Duh. And I would low-key tear everything a little bit, so I have to keep
take it home. Of course.
Sorry. Of course, Alice. Who doesn't want to get to be Alice for a day? She's amazing.
I love both of those answers for great reasons. And I love that you said that you would go ahead and like tear the clothes a little bit, so you'd have to take it home. Just a perk. Let me take this off your guys' hands.
Yeah, like it's trashed. Like, you know, I can't give it back if the hero's ruined, so I'll just take it with me.
Your character, you know, she's the ex-girlfriend of Ryan, and you yourself are a member of the LGBTQIA+ community. Tell me, what's it like playing that role as far as representation in the media?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome because I was raised by two mothers. I myself am bisexual. My brother is also gay, you know. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not the best with all the lingo and all the like.
That's okay, but it feels like it's like so parallel to you and your life and getting to take on this role and represent that, and you do it so beautifully.
One thing I love about the show is they're not hitting you over the head about it. It just kind of is. These two women, it was a deep bond because it goes just beyond being like girlfriends. We were childhood best friends, and then the love came from that. These two characters would almost even say we fall in love with people. We don't necessarily, it's just about women. And I think that they really fell in love with each other because of everything that they meant to one another, and something blossomed from that deep connection, that's kind of how I love in life. Yeah. I don't really have a type or a this or a that I like or I don't. It's I meet a person and I'm like, you connect. And now I love you kind of thing. So I feel my interpretation, of course, of these two characters, it was a very similar situation. So it felt great. Again, so relatable. We've all kind of had those relationships that they started as we were just friends, and then it really blossomed into something so deep. So I love that the relationship is realistic. It's relatable. It's not trying to hit you over. It just is. It's just normal.
I love that. And that's something that I always notice when I watch the show. It's not hitting you over the head. Of course, any representation is absolutely wonderful, but I think a lot of times the character, that's their whole persona. But in this, Angelique, she's very multi-leveled. And yes, she is a gay woman, but that's not all that she is. And so it gives a more full-bodied representation, which I think in some ways is even better beneficial wise, for representation for the community. I feel like it doesn't have to be that's all to her. That's a part of her, but then look at what else she is. Do you see what I'm saying when I'm going on
because
my
that's the truth. They're like, I'm not just a gay person. It's like, that's just one facet of so much more that a human being is composed of. And this show handles that with the grace of just being, that's just one aspect of who these people are.
It's definitely noticed by viewers, at least by me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Now, of course, you know, Batwoman is part of the DC universe. Were you into DC universe growing up?
I get asked this question and I always feel like so embarrassed.
No,
I never read
honest.
comic books because I thought they were so scary. I thought that I didn't know I wouldn't do it right. I didn't know words first or the picture first. And if I look at the picture, but I didn't read the words, did I just give it away?
Right.
I was so overwhelmed that I never read comic books, but I loved all the movies, all the Batman movies and the Wonder Woman movies that have just come out now. I know it's not the DC universe, but the X-Men movies, when I saw those in theaters, I was like, this is a film. This is not like some rinky-dinky like comic. No. This is art. This is amazing. And they just keep getting better and better and better.
How cool that now you're a part of that. It's so larger than life, rightfully so that you're a part of it because you do such an awesome job. This isn't your first time on screen. You've also done some other work. You've been in Metro, Private Sales. Tell me, what has been your favorite project thus far?
Like Batwoman's so special to me because it was my first reoccurring role on a major network, and during the pandemic, like that kind of just makes it more like this little family bubble experience. And I mean, I loved it. I would have to say though that my favorite time filming was this feature I shot called Head Count, and we shot it in 3 weeks in Joshua Tree, and I made one of my lifelong best friends on that shoot. It was like playing every day. It was just so much fun. And the director was a female. She was so on it. She was just so inspiring. We would never ran behind. One day we finished early, which if you know anything about filming, finishing early, unheard of.
Right.
And it was just,
you've worked in movie, now you're working in TV. Do you prefer film to TV or TV to film?
I think TV. I grew up theater. I'm used to long periods of time with the cast. And I like that I was filming 5.5 months versus doing a 3-week movie. You're with the cast for an extended period of time. You really have the family, the bonding. You're with the character longer. So you kind of get to see the character develop more and play with it. But film is like a great one-night stand. We love it. It's passionate. Boom, boom, boom. Fire, fire. And then
bye.
Yeah. And then see you later, alligator. See you, not till the sequel.
It.
They're both great in their own right.
I grew up doing musical theater. That was like my thing when I was younger. So yeah, I totally know what you're talking about like being with the cast for an extended period of time and you make such great friends. If you could play any role, any type of role, anything, what would it be? What's your dream role to one day play?
Okay, so it's another 2-part answer. Dream role always in the terms of acting and the movie and Marla in Fight Club. I love. And a different side of me's dream role would be like Tank Girl, where it's more action-packed, goofy, out there, and like, let's go kind of thing.
I absolutely see you in those roles. Those are great picks. You were originally from Miami, Florida. You had a dream of moving to Los Angeles or New York City to one day pursue acting. So tell me, how did you get your start? Take me through that whole journey.
I grew up doing musical theater at the Miami Children's Theater since I was 10. When I was 8, I was in like summer camp at the Actors Playhouse and wrote a little monologue, and I was rehearsing it on stage one day, and this little local camera crew was there doing a spot on the whole little summer show. And like at night, Mom was cooking and the news was on, and I saw my little self like on the stage, and I was like,
I love it.
That's it. That's it. And I just made that decision when I was 8, and I never rethought it, never readdressed it. I was just like, when I graduated high school, I moved to New York, and that's exactly what I did. 4 days after graduating, packed the U-Haul, left, and never really looked back. It's been a crazy, winding, wild road. There's no college track really for being an actor. You can go to school for being an actor, but it's not like, oh, now you left with a degree and you can go get a job like a doctor. It's not really like that. After a few years in New York and doing several tours and stuff, I finally got to LA, a little bit older, bit better head on my shoulders. And that's when I really hit the ground running. I got here within a couple months. I booked a SAG commercial, became SAG eligible, and it just kind of one thing after another fell into place. I finally got this incredible agent. When you are starting out, you need a strong person in your corner who is going to push for you, who believes in you, and that's Jackie. And ever since she came on board, my life's changed and my career's changed, and so I'm eternally forever grateful to her. I hope this is only the beginning, and that so many more awesome, cool things will come, and I'll just keep being able to tell badass stories.
I can only see bright things in your future. You're just so wonderful on camera and you're so personable to talk to. I read somewhere that when you were 19 years old, you left AMDA and you wanted to be a professional wrestler. Can we still catch you in the ring? Do you still do that ever?
No. After my first live match, and I was like, ow, ow, ow. No, thank you. I'll play a wrestler in a movie. What they do, it's no joke. They're taking all of those hits. I was like, my hat's off to you. The ring is yours. Adios. For good.
Maybe you're not wrestling, but you are very into fitness. So when you're not filming, you're teaching fitness classes in Santa Monica and then also on IGTV. You dabble in a couple different things. You do like Peloton, you do weightlifting. What's your favorite like go-to workout?
I mean, I love my Peloton. I used to work at the studio and hand out the shoes to people who would come take class before they were even a year old. So I just have this total love for Peloton. I finally got my own and I ride that bike 4 times a week. I'm also training for a triathlon, my first one ever. So lately it's been a lot of just running. Today I ran 2 miles, bike 5.5 miles, and then walk 2 miles just to build endurance. I love Peloton, and I don't have one unfortunately, but Pilates Reformer. Okay. Have you done Reformer Pilates?
Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, I can't even walk up a flight of stairs without getting in. You're like, have you done that? I'm like, I haven't even nothing. But you know what? You are inspiring me. And I think maybe I might check out some of your IGTV classes just to maybe like see.
And I haven't done those in a minute. Maybe I should do one again in a couple weeks.
There are people out there who need you to do it. And those people are me. Speaking of Instagram, I saw on your Instagram that you did a full-blown skincare routine, a lot of products in the ordinary. If you could only have one product, what's the one you could not live without?
Okay, so I'm going to tell the truth right now. I'm not a skincare expert. My brother, who is like the kind of person who knows everything about everything somehow. Okay. He told me, Bevin, get these oils, this whole routine, and do it. I don't ask questions. I'm like, yes, JJ Master, whatever you say, absolutely. So I know that he said his husband, Bruno, only uses the rose seed hip oil. Okay. And that he looks like he's like 20. So based off that information, I think I would stick the rose hip seed oil.
That's the winner.
My brother is a genius. He wrote out like everything. I was like, yep, let me do it. And my face has changed in the last 4 months since using the products. Yeah. Noticeably different. Yes.
It looks stunning.
Thank you.
If you could have a superpower in real life, what would it be and why?
I would love time control. Okay. And only so that I could go steal all the stuff I want when I freeze time and not get caught. If I could stop time, go down Rodeo Drive, they won't see me in the security cameras, and I can take all the amazing dresses.
So you're in wardrobe ripping all the things so that when you get there, you're like, oh my gosh.
This is all broken. I mean, I'll keep it, but can we get another one of these in? Like, they're all, and then just sew them back up.
So maybe you're not using your superpower for good. It's still a good reason. I support. Right? I like it.
I'm not killing people.
It's not the end of the world.
Like nice free stuff.
I can't hold that against you. Girl, as long as you maybe like send me some stuff that you pick up, maybe
I could be the modern Robin Hood. I can freeze time and just get the stuff everybody wants for them.
My lips are sealed. Your secret is safe with me. You are my superhero. Favorite midnight snack?
I do a lot of intermittent fasting. So I'm usually done eating by 6. If nothing in the universe mattered and I could just go downstairs, it would have to be Sweet Lorraine's chocolate chip cookie. They're gluten-free, nut-free, soy-free, I think. Dairy-free.
Okay, this is a very clean, good midnight snack. This isn't really like you're not really breaking very many rules.
oh, I thought I was being so naughty.
No!
I thought I was being such a bad girl.
Yeah, I know. You're like, oh, but they just don't have anything bad in them at all. But like, oh, if I could eat those.
Well, I don't want to toot myself to sleep after my midnight snack.
That's true. That's true. I will have to try these. They're called Sweet Lorraine's.
Yeah.
And can you get them online? Or are they just in like grocery
stores?
Whole
Foods, Ralph's.
I learned a lot of wonderful things. And I'm sure all the fans watching did too. I mean, we learned so much about your character, but then also some great skincare and midnight snack tips. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
It was such a pleasure. I mean, you are just such a ball of energy, and I just absolutely love getting to chat with you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you.